welcome to PWCI this week. I am the Mad Conservative Crimefighter. And we're at 0-1 Supreme in Mattoon to check out this matchup. And on paper, it looks like a horror movie. Stephen King. On paper, this looks like it's a movie monsters battling it out. There's going to be horror, blood, guts, slashing, and who knows what. Stephen King, not related to the legendary horror author. However, this Stephen King has written some books. Available now on paperback. King has not brought a chainsaw with him, he's brought that chain. And here comes the opposition.
And introducing his opponent.
He's taken on a real ring veteran.
Now presenting the Princess.
My goodness. Stephen King from Omaha, Nebraska. Zombie princess, so it's gonna be zombie fighting a guy who usually plays with chainsaws. Jimmy Jacobs, Ring of Honor legend and recent signing, or at least has wrestled for Impact Wrestling recently.
Princess beats King.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a look at the weekend schedule. You're not going to miss a minute of the action. We shall be right back as PWCI this week continues.
And now a news update from the St. Louis wrestling community. Injury notes. Sierra had to pull out for a title match against Reign Victoria at 0-1 in Mattoon. This following the loss of her Insane Championship Wrestling Heavyweight title back to Joey Avalon, where she had a sprain in her rotator cuff in a match where Avalon didn't hold anything back. The rookie, Orion Creed, also went down suffering a broken arm after getting serious error after being sent over the top rope in a Royal Rumble match, also at 0-1. In a bit of a surprise development, the controversial Tracy Smothers has separated from Midwest Impact Pro and closed the School of Smothers due to a fallout with MIP owner Joey Grunge. This occurred several weeks back, but only came to light recently. Now, due to issues I've had with the promotion in 2017, I had embargoed the promotion from coverage. However, with the cause of the issues having departed, there's a possibility I may lift the embargo on Midwest Impact and start covering again. We shall see. One person who probably now regrets showing up unannounced, expecting to be booked at Midwest Impact, is one former convicted felon, Sean Juan Sims, who the entire locker room let be known what they think about him and his domestic violence actions this past weekend. Details described on this past Tuesday's edition of Wrestling Authority Radio on blogtalkradio.com/ERN radio. This segment, by the way, was taken before that broadcast. Despite the firestorm against him the last couple of weeks regarding sexual assaults happening in the locker room and texting to underage teens, Rex Gill defiantly has scheduled his next HHW show in March. Location unknown. Whether or not he has anyone willing or desperate to work his shows remains to be seen. Multiple rumors have been swirling, with nothing fully confirmed regarding whether or not he's been evicted from Mount Pulaski, whether or not he's moving to the now former Midwest Impact location in Lincoln, which now appears to have been vacated, and whether or not he's gotten an entirely new roster who doesn't think sexual assaults are a concern. A quick word on the so-called security camera defense. Security cameras can only capture what is in its line of sight. Rex Gill makes the assumption that the incident occurred in the line of sight of one of the cameras at that senior center in Muncie, Indiana. Also, one of those cameras was running, allegedly, in a room where the wrestlers were dressing, they say. Yes, security guards were able to watch wrestlers strip down to their underwear, shower after their match, and what have you. This is why I don't buy the security cameras, didn't see anything excuse. A sly perpetrator would not have done the act in front of a camera, and the thought there's someone watching me dress to be unnerving. There's also been charges of victim shaming going on. Let me stay here right now. If you are 100% sure these folks were wrongly accused, I want to see your evidence. Please convince me these women are lying. Put up or shut up, guys. In other news, a trial date has been set for Richard Camachi Jr. in the child abuse death case from injuries inflicted by wrestling moves that drew rebuke from WWE. He is set to go to trial on October 21st of this year. A minor settlement was reached in civil court on a wrongful death lawsuit against him and his parents. The attempts to collect what is claimed to be debt owed to the family of Central Illinois Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer and NWA Midwest promoter Ed Chuman continue, as Joy Eastman and the person known as Mark Olserberg are acting as debt collectors or the legal representation of the Chuman family/estate. They've been after Sean Hubbard for years, following Chuman helping fund an event promoted by Hubbard before his passing. Eastman formerly was a manager for many wrestlers in the Chicago area, but has been active for years. He was very tight with the late Ed Chuman. Mad Mark has the reputation of destroying the Chicago Wrestling Board with endless trolling and disgusting, despicable conduct, turning that board into now an empty shell of what it used to be. But the lowlife, poisonous snake found himself to be permanently and deservingly exiled from the wrestling business once Pro Wrestling Blitz closed down and other area promotions want nothing at all to do with this guy. Good riddance. Now, if these two have a claim of what they say is debt owed, why have they not taken it to small claims court? The problem is, as best we can tell, they are doing it without documented authorization of the family. Also, neither person is owed any part of that debt, which means they have no legal standing in the matter. The legality of collecting debt without authorization could land Eastman and Mad Mark in court if a legal challenge is made against them. Bottom line, Eastman is making the very same legal mistake Molly Woodward did, trying to negotiate a settlement, having a surrogate negotiate a settlement without the legal authority to do so. And that's the update this week from the St. Louis wrestling community.
There is no contest because I'm the most beautiful princess in the freaking kingdom. And as a princess, it's only right, it's only respectful that everybody here stand up and now take a knee and kneel before the princess.
He says he's too fat to kneel. Okay, we had some people. Oh, they're doing it.
Apparently, you don't know who I am. Otherwise, you get on your feet and get down on a knee and kneel to the freaking princess.
All I see is a drama queen.
A drama queen? Nobody. I'm a princess. And you might not know it, and you might not know it, and you might not know it. But I know that you know exactly who I am. So Chainsaw King, I'll say it. Get down on a knee and kneel before.
My goodness, Jimmy Jacobs got me nuts. Oh, King lured him in there, but right to the eyes, and there's the referee call for the bell. Jimmy Jacobs demanding Stephen King bow. Kneel before him, but good grief. Make demands like that, no one's going to comply. I mean, who does he think he is? Yeah, he is. Has quite the reputation and the resume in the Midwest. Made his name at Ring of Honor. And Stephen King dances with the princess. Alright. Stephen King just humiliating the zombie princess, and there's a clothesline. And Jacobs bails to the outside. As Jacobs runs around ringside, complaining, arguing with fans in the front row, and King is going to bring him back in the hard way. Oh, Jacobs, neck snap, hits a neck breaker against the top rope. Iron Mike Underwood checking. See if that's a choke. And Jimmy Jacobs thrust to the throat there. Now punch to the head. Jacobs charges. It's on the brakes. And a shoulder block from Stephen King. This weekend, Pro Wrestling Association returns to Springfield for Unpresidential 2 at the 8th Street Gym, February the 2nd. World League Wrestling in Troy, Missouri at Race Wrestling Academy. We're having 2 shows this month. One on the 16th, one this Saturday as well. Choke on the top. Referee counting. And Stephen King in control of this match thus far. Now Stephen King doing damage, and Jimmy Jacobs. Princess not feeling very royal right now. Also on February the 2nd in Bloomington, Illinois, well, Bloomington Normal, the Community Action Center in Normal, is Iron Spirit Pro. I was asked to go to that show, but I'm going to be at Pinfall Wrestling because I got to deal with that event. Jimmy Jacobs going for a suplex here. And nothing doing. And Stephen King is biting the hand of Jimmy Jacobs. Now what's going on here? Stephen King has a hold of Jacobs' arm and hand. What is he going for? What is he doing? Stephen King just toying with Jacobs and punches away. King still in a kind of a dancing routine here. Now he has him by the throat. Is he going for a choke slam? No. Wait a minute. Jacobs locks in a submission hold, and King just slapped his back up. Almost could have been interpreted as a tap out. King charges the corner. Jacobs gets the feet up on the middle rope. Flying clothesline and takes down the big man. And a cover and 2. Unfortunately, my voice is not working too well as I'm under the weather. And I gave up what was left of my voice at 0-1 this past weekend. New champions crowned. Christian Rose is back at 0-1 and is the 0-1 heavyweight champion again, reclaiming the belt he had to vacate due to a blood clot issue with his lungs. Jordan Perry and Joy O'Reilly regain the Midwest 0-1 Midwest tag team titles. Jake Parnell retained his junior heavyweight title in a brutal ladder match against Jake Lander. Stephen King. Stephen King charges the corner and gets caught, but no. Jacobs kicks him in the head. Now what is Jacobs going to do here? Gets a suplex. Snap suplex. And only a 2 count. Sophie King will be taking on Harley at Pinfall Wrestling Association. Sophie King had to deal with a major illness over the holidays. Neglected to mention that during the news update.
Chainsaw King! See! Now! You kneel before the princess!
Jimmy Jacobs taunting Stephen King. I don't think he's going to be intimidated whatsoever. Stephen King just towering over Jacobs, and now he's begging off. Stephen King has a hold of Jacobs, and now gives him a kiss. Well, Zombie Princess wasn't expecting that at all, and gets a straight right hand. And a drop kick to the gut of Jimmy Jacobs, send him flying across the ring. World League Wrestling and Wrestling Academy in Troy, Missouri, and Iron Spirit Pro in Bloomington. Those are the 3 events happening this weekend. Of course, the weekly events at IWA Unlimited. There are events in Southern Illinois, out of our coverage area. Visit the St. Louis Wrestling Community at steelwrestling.livejournal.com. Get the whole schedule as Jimmy Jacobs grabs the bottom rope with his foot. And Stephen King thought he had him. Now Stephen King trying to figure out what to do next. Stephen King. What's he going for here? He's going for a pile driver or a power bomb, but Jacobs grabs the leg, blocking whatever he was trying to do. And a knee to the face of Jimmy Jacobs. Now he's going to try again.
Say goodnight!
Going for a power bomb. And Jacobs locks in that submission hold. Jacobs hangs on. He has the end time locked in.
You're kidding me!
The end time fully locked in, but he's got to be careful he doesn't get himself pinned with that submission hold. He's trying to put him to sleep. King is hanging on. Referee checking. Well, his arm did drop for 3, but he pulled it back up. Referee decides to let this match continue. And now, King drops him across the top rope. Stephen King powers out of the end time. And now, King gonna go for a choke slam. And now the referee gets thrown to the mat. And now a choke slam. Catches the ref in the face or the head. Referee Mike Underwood is down. And Shank Barzini has come out.
Why is he out here?
Why is Shank Barzini out here? Shank Barzini has crawled into the ring. What is his business with Stephen King here? And a kick. And Shank. Shank rams him with a headbutt. And now he's helping Jimmy Jacobs. This is ridiculous. And Stephen King escapes. Referee crawls away and Sheikh Barzini jumps back in the ring and he's got something. He's got a chain. He's got King's chain that he brought to the ring. Wraps it around the wrist. Blocked. Jacobs nails King from behind. And Sheikh Barzini just KO'd Jimmy Jacobs. And there goes Shank. Referee is back down on the mat. I mean, it's going to be academic. I'm surprised Jimmy Jacobs has gotten back on his feet after being punched in the face with a chain. And now Jacobs is begging for mercy from the Chainsaw King. Oh, look at this. Tried to sucker him. He didn't buy it. Half Nelson. Slam. Cover. 3 count. Stephen King wins. Defeats former Ring of Honor superstar Jimmy Jacobs after interference from Sheikh Barzini backfires. And I don't know what business he had out here to begin with. The only thing I could think of was Stephen King had some sort of alliance with the great Cardini, and Cardini switched sides, joined up with Shank, or turned on Stephen King to join up with Shank Barzini to form a tag team known as Them. However, I have been informed that Stephen King will face off against Shank Barzini on February the 23rd, right back here in Mattoon, 01 Supreme. So we have not heard the last of this. That'll do it for this edition of PWCI this week. I'm the Mad Conservative Crimefighter. We'll see you next time. Be sure to subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. See ya.